Anti-intellectualism is the killer of a free society. Hey guys, welcome back to Higher Thought. Before I started this episode, I just wanted to say that do know I am a college student that is currently obtaining their bachelor's degree in microbiology, and I do not have any professional experience with this. This is simply just a college student that is concerned and wants to be vocal about these issues that I'm noticing arising within our society. So this is more of a informative episode and me learning more as well as this goes by. But just giving my slice of the pie and what I believe is happening just by witnessing my peers and other people around me and growing up in the era where social media was rising, and seeing the effect of that. But as you can tell by the title of the video, today we're going to talk about anti-intellectualism, which I personally believe is the downfall of this society. And it's really sad and scary because we're seeing a steep increase in this anti-intellectualism theory, especially today, and what's going on with the world. As you can see, my cat's in the background. But yeah, before we start, I'm going to give a brief background of what anti-intellectualism is, just so that we have a clear basis of what we're about to talk about. So anti-intellectualism theory has roots that can be traced back to ancient societies where intellectuals were often viewed with suspicion. It gained prominence in the 1950s during the McCarthy era, when many people were suspicious of intellectuals and social critics. One of the first few times we actually see this theory in literature is by Richard Hofstadter's. I probably butchered that, and I apologize. But his book, Anti-Intellectualism in American Life. And this book is a landmark study that explores this phenomenon, highlighting its roots in American society and its evolution over time. The term itself was rarely used before the 1950s and has been associated with various forms of cultural bias against those dedicated to conceptual production and analysis. So, that's just a simple, introduction towards this theory. So let's actually talk about what it actually is. So anti-intellectualism itself encompasses a range of attitudes that question the value of relevance of intellectual pursuits, including education, philosophy, science, literature, and the arts. It often manifests as distrust of scholars, educators, and experts, portraying them as detached from the concerns of ordinary people or as elitist figures dominating political and cultural discourse. So if this doesn't sound familiar in today's society, I don't know if you're living under a rock or something, but this channel itself is supposed to bring awareness towards issues in this world. So it has to get political. And if you have a brain cell or two, I think you can figure out that this specific administration in the United States, to be specific, is very much pushing this ideology of anti-intellectualism. They feed lies to you every single day, and they expect you to go along with it, and for you not to believe your eyes and what you see. I don't know if you remember, well, I hope you remember, but the killing of Alex Preddy and Renee Good, rest in peace. Those are heroes, in my opinion. Those, in my opinion, and I feel like a lot of y'all who are watching this, I hope, would see those people as heroes because they stood up for what is right and what they believed in. And sadly, their lives were taken, and it's such a tragedy. But when that happened, people like Kristi Noem, the former Secretary of Homeland Security, and many people in the Trump cabinet and the Trump administration were openly saying that these people were domestic terrorists and that they basically deserved what they got because they were quote unquote domestic terrorists. Off of what we witnessed and what these people were standing for in those moments, for these people to call them domestic terrorists is absurd, but they want you to believe that. They don't want you to do your research. They don't want you to look into who these people were and what they were doing in those moments when they passed. Renee Good was trying to warn people in the area that ICE was in the area so that families wouldn't be split apart. You can make the argument that, oh, they were not documented citizens, but like I understand, there is legal processes, but when those legal processes are almost unattainable and you are seeking a better life and you are doing the right things and working hard for your family and paying taxes, why should you be split away from your family? But these people wanted you to believe, or the administration to be specific, wanted you to believe that these heroes, Renee Good and Alex Preddy, were domestic terrorists because they didn't want you to do your research to see what these people were doing, so that you just openly picked up and believed your government to be like, oh, okay, because they are the head of this, they are telling the truth. Which is just one instance of this massive push for anti-intellectualism. That's just one example. We're going to definitely go into more in a bit. But I just wanted to paint that picture for you that, like, where a lot of Americans had eyes on this situation and witnessed this anti-intellectualism that is present within our society today, specifically in America. So I wanted to bring up specifically this article because this is a great article by Time Magazine written by Dr. Sunny Patel that further shows that this administration is causing this spike of anti-intellectualism within our American society, because we have important people in this administration, people like this, RFK Jr., the Secretary of Human and Health Services, spewing nonsense about trying to find this connection between the rise of autism in America and something else. And I don't know if you remember this, but they came out saying that supposedly this was written back in October, but this was happening like earlier in the year. Well, he's been spewing this nonsense since the very beginning, but he allegedly linked the usage of Tylenol in pregnant women as a catalyst for autism. Yeah. And this article, I mean, it says right here, nearly 6 months ago, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said, by September, we will know what has caused the autism epidemic and we'll be able to eliminate those exposures. Last week, we got a peculiar diagnosis: Tylenol use by pregnant women. The announcement occurred with the president and the health secretary at the helm of a widely criticized White House press conference in which Donald Trump could not pronounce acetaminophen, the generic name for Tylenol, and then followed up with an even more confusing social media post that said, do not use Tylenol unless absolutely necessary. Don't give Tylenol to your young child for virtually any reason. So, let me say a lot. This actually sparked a lot of controversy within my class, because I study human genetics and molecular genetics and microbiology. We talked about this, and my professor, who's been a professor at my university for decades, was yapping about how this is, and it just doesn't make sense. Oh, and supposedly a lot of physicians and scientists all over that are respected think that this is right. Even the FDA commissioner, Martin McCreary, says right here, attempted a more tempered message to all physicians in America. To be clear, while an association between acetaminophen and autism has been described in many studies, right, a causal relationship has not been established, and there are contrary studies in the scientific literature, he said. Acetaminophen is the safest over-the-counter alternative in pregnancy among all analgesics and antipyretics. So even the commissioner of the FDA is saying, well, you see, a lot of studies are saying that there is a connection between autism and Tylenol, but actually Tylenol is one of the safest for women that are pregnant. What? I don't know about y'all, but this sounds like some corporate lobbying. I don't know. I remember when they first came out with this paper or when they said the whole Tylenol, the first thing I thought was, this is corporate lobbying at its finest. Anyways. So you see what I'm saying is that they're saying all this crazy, that, oh, Tylenol causes autism. But we see right here the commissioner of the FDA saying that, oh, there are some type of linkages, but there's no direct relationship. And that this is one of the safest things that pregnant women can take when they're feeling pain while they're pregnant. See, but they don't want you to know that. They don't want you to know that whatever these people are saying is false. And they make it very hard for you to find the truth, right? Let's go on to the next example. So this next topic, I'm very excited to talk about, not because it's good, but because it's more relatable to this generation in the US. And not just in the US, but around the world. This next topic is mimetic warfare and desensitization, right? I'm pretty sure most of y'all know memes. I'm pretty sure most of you have seen memes. And this article that I'm going to talk about by Nottingham Trent University, written by Dr. Tyne Monk. Mimetic warfare explained how memes shape propaganda, persuasion, and information disorder. Memes are becoming a common feature of modern-day propaganda, flourishing in an age of information disorder. From their widespread use by both sides in the Ukraine war to their appearance in the US messaging around Greenland, memes show how humor and rapid online sharing are increasingly used to shape international politics. So, this is a very interesting topic because memes, you know, there's memes out there that are so good and there are some that are terrible. And, you know, I think that one thing that is going to lead to the fall of a society is desensitization as well as anti-intellectualism. The reason I say that is because if you get a society that is desensitized to the most heinous, you can get them to believe whatever the you want, right? And that is because you're constantly feeding these people terrible stuff so that they're so used to seeing it. So when it's breaking news that, hey, this shit was real, people are not going to be as angry because they've been witnessing it every single day on their phones, which is going to lead to people not facing justice and us maintaining this corrupt society. And the reason why I say desensitization can lead to anti-intellectualism is because when you're desensitized to something, most of the time it leads to a decrease in motivation to act against aggressive thoughts and behaviors, right? Kind of what I just said. If you're constantly being fed heinous stuff every day, witnessing it on your phone, when it comes to light in a political setting, most of a society is going to be complicit to it because of this constant exposure to this heinous thing that you don't want to inform yourself on how to go against it because you're thinking that, it's normal. So this is something that's scary. And mimetic warfare has led to that. For example, I don't know if a lot of y'all have been on Instagram Reels or maybe even I don't go on TikTok, but Instagram Reels. So I see a lot of stuff memeing on Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein was a fucking demon, a living demon. He did the most terrible ever, and they're hiding all of his clients because they don't want you to know who they are so that they don't get prosecuted because they're the most elite of the elite, supposedly, or allegedly. And you have these memes that are coming out of constant exposure, just nonsense, just being spit every single day, that people are now laughing and joking about this Jeffrey Epstein, where people are making skits about it. I'm going to show you something of this one person that goes to my university that posted this video, right? I'm going to show it right now, and I'm going to, viewer discretion advised. It's not going to show anything like gory or explicit, but it's somewhat explicit because of the actions and it's disgusting behavior. And hopefully this gets out there so that this person gets kicked because this is disgusting behavior. But I'm going to show you an example of what this desensitization has done to many people. So, all right, before I click on this, I have to say again, viewer discretion advised, because This is more sensitive, and if you guys want to expose this guy, please feel free to. This is his name. He took out what school he goes to, but he goes to UCLA. So if you want to do anything with that, you can, because this is disgusting. But yeah, viewer discretion advised. Here we go.
Cash Patel, what are you doing?
Getting in the minds of the billionaires. Here, get in here.
Oh, yeah, pizza's good for minors. Yep.
I'm gonna play that one more time, and I hope it gets you angry.
Cash Patel, what are you doing?
Getting in the minds of the billionaires. Here, get in here.
Oh, yeah, pizza's good for minors. Yep.
All right, we're not giving this guy any more views, but how did that make you feel? Are you angry? Or you think it's just whatever? Now, if you feel angry, which I think you should, then you're not desensitized to this yet. If you're not, you're most likely desensitized to this. Yes, you can make the argument, oh, but he's making fun of the government. It's more than just that. He is mocking child for views. But oh, Nate, he's mocking the No. I don't go if he mentioned Cash Patel. He is mocking, blatantly mocking it for views. Mocking the government, sure. But also what happened. This is what mimetic warfare has done to people, where they think it's okay to openly post multiple videos about like this. It creates a more complicit society. A society that is willing to not ask questions and willing to not learn more and stand up for what's right. I'm kind of taken back a little because I haven't seen that video in a minute, but like, it's crazy that someone goes to my school that posts vids like that for views. See, this desensitization, this constant exposure to terrible things leads to shit like this, which then leads to anti-intellectualism. Because as I said before, this leads to a society where people stop asking questions and think everything is fine, when stuff like this should be taken down, torn down, right? You question why someone can't post something about, and that gets taken down automatically. But when it comes to someone mocking child, nothing happens. They know. They know. They know shit like this will lead to more complicit society. And it's up to us to feed ourselves with knowledge and truth and to fight for what's right. And for those that feel disgusted by videos like that, I do hope that you stand up one day for what's right, you know? Inform yourself with truth, not this anti-intellectualism slop like that I've mentioned before. So these are just examples for this greater picture of anti-intellectualism and why it's present today and how it can essentially lead to the downfall of our society. Well, let me be more specific, a downfall of a truly free society. I really do hope this video got you thinking or feeling a little more upset about what's going on. Because, I don't know, this is like, it's appalling that like very, very broad examples, I guess you can say. Because there is way more. But I just wanted to make this video as fast as possible so that people can start questioning things. And I plan on going deeper into this whole thought of anti-intellectualism. I'm probably gonna make multiple parts to this video so I can get deeper and deeper and prove to you guys that this is something that we need to focus more on, because they don't want you knowing anything. They don't want you questioning things. You know, every fucking day we're told something by our president on the news or by some
secretary of some random department saying the exact opposite of what we already know, but they don't want you to look deeper because they think they want to capture the audience of those who are just giving up their brain to this corrupt administration and not wanting to ask these questions or look deeper because they want to harness those people so that they can just keep filling those people with slop, so that there will always be a group of people that go against those who are willing to do the research and willing to further their knowledge in a specific area. Because, like I said, a complicit society is one that's easy to rule over. So yeah, this is part one of a series that I'm going to be doing on anti-intellectualism. I hope you guys enjoyed. Part two, I don't know when I'll be posting a video on it, but I really hope that this video got you thinking a little bit, that they don't want you to know anything. They want you just to blindly accept the facts that they give to you without doing any other type of research. They want you to feel stupid. But we're better than that. But yeah, if you like this video, like it. If you guys want to chat in the comments, put whatever you want down there and I'll respond as fast as possible, because I want to bring together the brightest minds so that we can create something amazing and great and show the world that being smarter is cool, because a smarter society, a more unified society, will create a greater society so that we all can truly live equal and pursue what we want in life. But that's it from me. My name's Nate. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is Higher Thought. See you in the next one. Peace.